What's up, everybody? Hey, Tom Laird here, host of the Advice from a Call Center Geek podcast and founder of Expivia. For exceptional contact center outsourcing, trust Expivia. We're fully AI-driven, as all of you know, and can handle voice, email, chat, and all of your digital channels. Our 600-seat USA contact center is expert in healthcare, financial services, insurance, tech support, retail, and more. Experts on the NICE CX1 platform, we ensure seamless customer experiences. DM me or visit expiviausa.com for more.
This is Advice from a Call Center Geek, a weekly podcast with a focus on all things call center. We'll cover it all from call center operations, hiring, culture, technology, and education. We're here to give you actionable items to improve the quality of yours and your customers' experience. This is an evolving industry with creative minds and ambitious people like this guy. Not only is his passion call center operations, but he's our host. He's the CEO of Expivia Interaction Marketing Group and the Call Center Geek himself, Tom Laird.
Hi, everybody. Welcome back to Advice from a Call Center Geek. My name is Tom Laird. I'm the CEO of Expivia Interaction Marketing. Expivia is a 500-seat call center BPO outsourcer located here in northwestern Pennsylvania. And again, the Call Center Geek, we are a podcast that's going to try to give you some actionable items to take back to your contact center, to improve your agent quality, to improve the overall quality of your center, and hopefully improve the customer experience in your contact center as well. All right, a couple public service announcements here before we get into our topic today. If you did not kind of check out yesterday's little special announcement, take a second and maybe listen to that. But just to give you a quick rundown, we are starting a Call Center Geek community, or trying to start a Call Center Geek community, I should say. As of the last 48 hours, we've had two people join our community. So looking to, really start that from the ground floor up. So, expecting a slow growth with that. But if you would like to, or if you could please go to signup.callcentergeek.com. There's just a little form there. It's just first name, last name, email. I'm never going to use that for any type of marketing, or I'm never going to send you anything. All that's going to do is kind of get you signed up on our list, allow you to join into some private webinars that we're going to have just with the community, give you access to a Facebook page that, we hopefully can have some interaction with other people in the contact center universe, get you some blog posts in a monthly newsletter that we'd like to send out as well to try to, again, give you some more actionable items, actionable details, and information that you can hopefully improve your contact center with. I'd also like to ask if you guys have found any value in this, and we're over almost 5,000 downloads now, which is just blows my mind how awesome it is. And thank you for everyone out there. If you could please post a review, I would really appreciate it. I'd love to really try to get that pumped up from a review standpoint, on whether you're listening to this on iTunes or Spotify or directly from the website. I would really appreciate that. All right, a cool topic, and one that I really enjoy talking about today, and it kind of, I guess, ham and eggs with the last official podcast that we did last week when we talked about using social media to recruit. What we want to talk about today is how to use social media to engage your call center employees. Now, this could be used in any office setting. This is not call center specific, but we are using, our use case obviously is specifically for our call center agents, call center supervisors, other employees in the organization, mostly for our on-the-floor frontline kind of troops, right, who are trying to hold our flag up and do a really great job on the customer service side or on the sales side, depending on what your contact center is. So there's a couple, I think, kind of cool things that we have done from an employee engagement standpoint from the social media side that we wanted to discuss. So as you guys know, and as of this recording, it's 2019, your employees love to interact on social media, whether that is Facebook, Instagram, whether that's any type of online reviews like Glassdoor, whether it's on Twitter, Snapchat. So that can be a really cool thing, or it can be a scary thing for a lot of organizations. So what we have found, and I'm a pretty social media advocate kind of guy, like I'm on there, especially from the business side, not so much from the social side, but my Twitter account, my personal Twitter account, and all of our Expivia and Advice from a Call Center Geek assets, we try to post to every single day. So what we have found is if you can engage your employees online, you can kind of control the narrative a little bit better for when they want to post. So if you can get the vast majority of things that they're talking about online and on your social media assets to be positive, when you have that negative one that kind of sneaks through, you can weather that storm a little bit. That's one piece of this pie. The second piece of pie is it's super fun. And there's a lot of really cool things that you can help with your culture and help with your organization with as well. So let me get into a couple of things that we've done. And the first one I'm going to start is the big one, and that's Facebook. So we have, and I'm just going to talk about Expivia. So this is my personal experience in my call center, not so much the Advice from a Call Center Geek Facebook page, which we have as well, as a lot of you know, because a lot of you have liked that and have kind of followed that. But from the Expivia side, we use Facebook solely for our organization. So we don't market on it. We don't try to sell anything on it. We try to use that as our main employee engagement platform. And we will do things, if you go on our Expivia Facebook page, you'll see we've done campaigns, and I kind of call them campaigns, such as, say something nice, or the first 50 employees that says something nice about one of your fellow employees, we'll buy lunch for on Friday. Same thing, say something nice or something you like about Expivia, buy lunch, time off the clock, extra break time, a couple hours paid leave, those types of things that we're going to give to kind of incent it, make it fun, and make sure that we're kind of getting some of the cool things that we want. I've posted other podcasts, not so much the Advice from a Call Center Geek, but Seth Godin has an awesome podcast called Akimbo. And there's a couple really cool things on the customer service side and I would highly recommend that podcast, by the way. But I asked them to listen to that and post a kind of a book report of it, right? A podcast report, and what are some of the things that they've liked. So, and then we gave some dress downs with that. We actually did that just this week. We will do surveys and polls on any types of changes that we want to make in the call center. If we want to change any of the chairs or different headsets, we'll test them out and we'll do our polls online, which I think is kind of fun. Any type of articles that I think are important or cool for our guys to read, I will post on there. And I do incent it, right? I incent it with time off, with break time, making sure that, we're getting people that are actively looking for it, because they're going to, not only get something out of it for themselves, but I think can kind of grow and engage them and make them, I think a little bit of a better employee as well. Little engagement exercise that we're doing right now is create a new call center game. Our reps have actually until tomorrow to come up with a brand new game that we have never played before that is unique. And we've had about 15 to 20 submissions already. So tomorrow's the final date for that. And we will take the top 3. Everybody everybody who submitted one that is, legitimate and is different and unique is going to get $5, right? And then anyone who we think is in the top 3, which the management team and myself are going to vote on the top 3, and then we're going to give them out to the reps. We're going to play the games, and we're then going to vote. What was the most fun? What did they like? What did they like to interact with most? And then we have prizes of, I think it's $100, $50, and $25 for the first, second, and third. So little things like that you can use social media for to kind of, I guess, integrate that inside your call center is kind of fun and pretty cool. The other, I think, really unique thing that has been really cool as well is kind of doing book reports. And this kind of goes with the social media and also goes into the employee, the management training. So I picked a couple books. So some of the books, like The Energy Bus by John Gordon, How to Win Friends and Influence People by Dale Carnegie. And mostly we're moving that now to the rep side, but on the supervisor side, I've had them read that. Right, and then we've had a post, and we've had some kind of online discussions as they're at home, talking about or reading that book. We'll also then have some internal discussions as well as they're getting through the book, and if they get through the whole book and kind of do a little bit of a review online, then we I pay them, right. So we're going to do, it's basically $20 a book for everything that gets done, and I think that adds to just their overall development as an employee and as a person, because these are books that I found a lot of value in. So there's some really cool things there as well. But we have a suite right now of about 6 books that are pretty easy reads that the supervisors and the management team have really enjoyed, and now we're going to move that to our call center reps too, to have them read. Like, I think the Energy Bus is an amazing book on our culture of attitude and effort, mostly focused on attitude. So to have them be able to read that and be incented on that, and then start to talk about it online, it not only shows, some of the development, but how smart a lot of our call center associates are in some of the opinions that they have. So that's Facebook, right? And I think it's an unbelievable cool tool, and the reps really enjoy interacting on it. And if you can channel that the right way, a lot of positive things can come up from that. The second way that we are engaging call center associates is through Instagram. And to be honest, we've not done as good a job lately with Instagram, but we have a new plan that will be in place starting next week on that. But here's a couple of the things that we've done that have been really cool outside of the normal, right? Everybody knows the normal. You have somebody who does something good, you take the picture, you put it on Instagram. You have a party in the call center or, in your office, you take a picture, you post it on Instagram. But what are some other cool things that you can do? Well, some of the things that we have done and we'll be doing here in the future are, one is I'd love to pass a camera to a team, right? So for Tuesday, these 30 people on this XYZ program or team, you guys can take pictures of your people, take pictures of your how you work, your areas, anything that's kind of unique or cool about what you guys do, to film it and to take some videos and to take some pictures of it. And we can kind of do like a little bit of a day in the life of each team. So we actually named our camera as well. Our camera's name is Red because it's red and it kind of goes with our color. So Red gets passed around to each team every couple months. And so we'll basically do a month-long campaign where we'll do one every single day, if that makes sense. And so everyone from IT to the different call center teams to our client services, everybody kind of takes the day and takes a bunch of pictures and videos, and we post that to kind of give a little bit of a background into a lot of the people that we have here that are so awesome here at Expivia. The other thing that we have done, and this will be part of our new plan, and I've actually got this from when I was at Nice and Contact Interactions from some of the other call centers, is doing photo competitions. So we have a lot of talented people in our organization, and I'd like to kind of stress that. So we're going to actually do a even outside of Expivia photo competition with our employees, just to show some of the talent that they have from the arts from that side, and then we're going to do one. A photo competition of inside Expivia, of taking something unique, something cool from some of these very talented photographers and artists that we have here to do something cool. So again, to engage your employees, to not just make it a, hey, look at the pizza that we have, and I'm if we have a pizza party, it's getting posted, right? But that's not all I want to do, and that's not all I think that you should do either. The other thing is to have your employees ask them to post on all of your online assets. Now, again, I'm a little different, right? Because I am a BPO, so we are our own call center. But if you are an internal call center, make sure, number one, that you have your own Facebook page. So if it's XYZ Bank's customer service teams, make sure that you're not just kind of lumped in. We talked about that last week on the last podcast as well. But the same thing with a lot of your online and your recruiting. The same thing from an engagement standpoint is making sure that on Google, on Facebook, on Glassdoor, that you try to get your own or carve out a niche on those if you can't have totally your own for the call center, and have your employees go post on there and have your most engaged employees post, so that, again, it's cool for them to kind of express their opinion, but two, you're kind of guarding against anyone who might go rogue on you and say something a little bit negative. The two mediums that so that's kind of what we use: Facebook, Instagram, and some of those online boards, right, to have our guys interact with us online. So that's what we do from an engagement standpoint. And then just to dig one layer deeper into the social media thing from a marketing standpoint. Now, again, we're a commercial BPO call center. We use Twitter and we use LinkedIn for basically our marketing arm. So on Twitter, we're using it to not just engage our employees, but to engage, our fellow colleagues into, really cool articles that we think are industry-wide important. So not just Expivia call center important, but looking at that from that side. I don't use Snapchat. I don't know. I coach basketball, and a lot of my high school kids use Snapchat, and it kind of, I don't know. I think I'm too old for it. But everything else we're trying to use. We're trying to get a little bit into some of the newer technologies as well, which I'll discuss kind of later on. I don't want to get this into just a social media discussion, but I think the bottom line here is that there's tools out there that are not expensive that you can do really cool things with to not only engage your employees, but to grow them and to develop them with some of the information that you want to get out to them in a fun and an interactive way. And it's something that, again, you can not only have fun with, but also protect yourself and protect the kind of the culture of your organization by making sure that you have positive things that are constantly being posted out there to take away from any detractors or any negativity, and also to really get your employees and your call center guys involved in all that. So that's kind of how we work the social media from the call center side, and how we kind of engage and have some fun and do some games and some, I guess, book reading and some clubs like that from the social media side. All right, so that's kind of what I have for you today. If again, I'd like to just give a couple cheap plugs. Again, we're not trying to do this podcast to sell our services, but we do have the Advice from a Call Center Geek book that is on Amazon. If you are interested in that, it talks about a lot of the topics and a little bit more in depth. Again, I would ask you to please go to signup.callcentergeek.com and try to build this community with us so that we can get a lot of like-minded colleagues discussing a lot of different topics and have just not me being a sounding board for things that I'm interested in, but to get everybody involved in really a two-way conversation. And the last thing I would do is please post a review or on any of the iTunes or Spotify or however you are listening to the podcast. And also, if you would like to, we do have Advice from a Call Center Geek Facebook page, our Twitter account, and our LinkedIn page as well. If you would like any of those, we have a lot of information that's going out daily on that too. So again, thank you guys very much. I hope that you enjoy this podcast. I hope you enjoy using the social media aspect and learned a little bit to engage and to try to get your employees to have some fun on social media, but kind of do it really in the right way that not only helps your culture, helps your brand, but helps engage your employees as well. Thank you, and I'll talk to you guys next week.
This has been Advice from a Call Center Geek. Thanks for listening. Subscribe to the show so you're the first to hear next week's episode. Jam-packed with actionable takeaways you can implement ASAP. Chime in with your thoughts on the episode on Twitter @from_geek and on Instagram @call_center_geek. Also, take a look at our contact center operations book by the same name, Advice from a Call Center Geek, on Amazon. This podcast is sponsored by ExpiviaUSA.com.